If you enjoyed playing Watch Dogs Legion or any of its predecessors, then there's a good chance you enjoy sneaking and hacking your way around open-world sandboxes while causing mayhem. The Watch Dogs games are known for their cool tech gadgets, parkour movement, diverse side activities, and politically charged stories focusing on national surveillance crimes. In this video, we'll be recommending the best games like Watch Dogs to play in 2021. The first game of this video is Cyberpunk 2077. While it may not be without its flaws, CD Projekt Red's controversial follow-up to The Witcher 3 has a lot in common with Watch Dogs. Cyberpunk 2077 and Watch Dogs Legion, specifically, are both set in the future in dystopian open-world cities overflowing with technology and corruption. Depending on how you develop your character, you can become a hacking wizard or brute force your way through each encounter. Although Cyberpunk 2077 is more of a traditional action RPG with stats and hyper-specific skills, its upgrade system will feel familiar to anyone who's played Watch Dogs. Next up we have Ghost of Tsushima. Let's use our hacking abilities to time travel back to feudal Japan, since that's totally how hacking works. Ghost of Tsushima is a gorgeous-looking open-world game that, like Watch Dogs, sees you battling to overthrow an evil regime that seized power. Instead of guns and hacking capabilities, you play as a samurai hero who can wield various weapons, armor, and combat stances. Similar to Watch Dogs, Ghost of Tsushima will hook and reel you in with secrets and surprises around every corner of its beautifully rendered open world. Next up we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is another Ubisoft title that has much in common with the Watch Dogs series in terms of the overall design. Set during 9th century Britain, the game casts you as a Viking raider tasked with finding a new home for their people amidst a war between the Templars and the Brotherhood of Assassins. Like Watch Dogs, progression revolves around completing story missions and exploring the open world in search of rewards and secrets. It features a lot more RPG elements than other Ubisoft open-world games, but other than that, is very similar to games like Watch Dogs. Next up we have Horizon Zero Dawn. If stealthing your way around secret government buildings is your idea of a good time, have you ever tried slipping past a giant mechanical saber-tooth? Horizon Zero Dawn is an open-world action RPG that has you playing as an outcast fighting for survival in a post-apocalyptic world where mechanical beasts, known as the Machines, have taken over. Despite the game's primitive setting, over time you're able to unlock gadgets and upgrades that harness the Machines' power to allow for new strategies. Next up we have Batman Arkham Knight. While you may not play as a superhero in Watch Dogs, many of your hacking tools and gadgets look and feel like something Batman would use to track down bad guys. So if you've already managed to liberate Chicago, San Francisco, and London, why not take a trip to Arkham City and help defend the locals from crazed clowns and deranged criminals? Batman Arkham Knight picks up after the events of Arkham City and sees the Caped Crusader on a mission to defeat Scarecrow and a mysterious new villain who's taken over Arkham. Next up we have Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. What Phantom Pain lacks in cohesive storytelling, it makes up for with solid stealth mechanics and open-ended missions similar to that of Watch Dogs. Set after the events of Ground Zeroes, the game has you playing as Big Boss, who, after waking up from a coma, enlists a group of mercenaries to help him exact revenge on those that put him in said coma. While you're more than welcome to approach every encounter with brute force, the game rewards you for taking non-lethal measures when infiltrating enemy bases and rescuing prisoners. Next up we have Far Cry 5. Another Ubisoft title with a politically motivated narrative is Far Cry 5, in which you play as a small-town sheriff forced to wage war with a drug-addled religious cult in Montana. In lieu of a tech-obsessed metropolis, the game sees you exploring the great outdoors of Middle America ripe with wild dogs, bears, and cougars that you can train to fight by your side. It happens to be a lot more combat and crafting focused than Watch Dogs, while still offering a lot of variety throughout its open world. Next up we have Volume. If you take a more stealthy approach to Watch Dogs games, then you'll likely enjoy playing the indie game Volume, which also features a story revolving around crooked corporations and fascism. In it, you play as a cyber thief looking to hone their hacking skills by completing a series of simulated scenarios that involve breaking into heavily guarded offices undetected. Levels are filled with armed robots that will patrol the area looking for any suspicious behavior. You'll have to use the environment to stay hidden and distract the robots using your hacking abilities. Next up we have Just Cause 4. Now if you come to Watch Dogs for the potential open-world chaos, then Just Cause 4 is sure to give you a run for your money. The game is all about creating mayhem throughout a vibrant South American landscape plagued by corruption at the hands of a private military group called the Black Hand. You play as Rico Rodriguez, a special operative tasked with eliminating the Black Hand by destroying their outposts by any means necessary. Read explosions. The last game of this video is Dying Light. Up until now, we haven't really discussed the Parker aspects of Watch Dogs traversal and how it affects other parts of the game, namely combat. Another game that features expressive Parker-based movement is Dying Light, a survival horror game that has you exploring zombie-infested open world. To get from point A to B, you'll often find yourself jumping from roof to roof, climbing fences, and using objects in the environment to distract nearby infected. So that's it guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure you press the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for more gaming videos.